Welcome back trackside once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, Swift MotorSports airs iRacing Paint's Xfinity Series fires things off for the final time here in round number 1, season number 6 championship chase already underway, qualifying underway as well here tonight from Dover. The Concrete Monster Mile will finish out the first round of the playoffs. What 12 drivers will move on? Who will be left out on the doorstep in the cold? Long way to go here tonight. Track temperature 94 degrees. Qualifying times already on the speed chart, so what do you say we drop a little bit those times to the left hand side of your screen? But before we do, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, I'm bringing you all the calls from trackside. Speaking of trackside, let's go ahead and drop those qualifying times. Over on the left-hand side of your screen, you can see Todd Cray, top of the speed charts. Quick time here in the Performance Motorsports qualifying session. Cray gonna put that Coors Light 22 at the front of the field. Look to bring us to the green flag. How about Justin Gann? Following last week's race win at Atlanta, he's gonna pick up second here in qualifying. Ray Lane back in the mix, the 44 gonna roll into third. McMillan Jr. back trackside. Good to see that 15 once again. Bailey Dutton outside of the top 5. Jason Branch outside of the top 5 looking in as well. And that's going to do it. That's going to be all in your Performance Motorsports qualifying session. Pole Award winner here tonight, Todd Cray, going to lead us to the green flag. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break at trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in air, gave proof
the Jets finish the flyover, we bring you back trackside big. Shout out to the pilots out of Andrews Air Force Base. It's just down the road for them, a little bit of ways from the track here in Dover. But nonetheless, we're ready to kick things off for championship racing here. From Dover International Speedway, pace car getting the official word. We will bring these machines to life. There you can see them beginning to roll in with the music in the background. You know the sounds. You know. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Concrete Kings 150. Starting inside row number 1, your Performance Motorsports Pole Award winner. Behind the wheel of that 22 Coors Light machine, Todd Cray will bring us to the green. Justin Gann going to start just to his outside with Ray Lane. And John McMillan Jr. back in row 2. Row number 3 here tonight from Dover, Jerry Cochran III and Bailey Dutton. Cody Sleeper and Nick Hunt back in row 4. Row number 5 here tonight, the U.S. Navy 28 machine of Jason Brinch, followed by the 11 Serve Pro machine of Casey Duncan, Roy Fernandez, Gary May. Back in row number 6, final row here tonight, starting in 7085 of Kevin Bloker. That's going to do it for your starting lineup. We're going to get ready to unleash the beast as the music quiets. Engines will sing and we go green for the first time here in Dover. Fast things happen here at Dover, so we're going to drop that timing scoring right over there to the left-hand side of your screen right off the start of tonight's race. Already Cray, good initial start. He's going to jump to a 2-car length advantage down into 3 side-by-side action and trouble. Ray Lane with issues, big issues for Ray Lane. We seen it out of the corner of Rye. Looked like he was getting a little bit loose down there on the inside. You could see the aftermath. Front clip already ripped off. 2 laps in, first caution of the night. Let's go check the replay. Little look inside, and there you can see just a little loose on the inside, a little twitch, a little wiggle, and that's all she wrote. We're going to take one more look at it here. You can see that move to the inside, a little bit of contact right there. The 11 of Casey Duncan going to pick up a little bit of a piece of the action. One more time, guys. Do we got a little closer look? Can we get a little closer? There it is. There's that little bit of bobble to the inside of the 15. Up the track goes Lane. A little contact to the high side. Slight contact on that left front corner. The front clip comes off, and that's going to do it. We're going to go back to the front of this field under caution for the first time here tonight, early from Dover. Trying to look at that 15 machine. Can we take a little closer look, guys, at John McMillan Jr.? There you go. Let's get the camera on him. Looks like the right side to be clean and clear. There was no contact to that right side. There you go. There's damage, rear end damage for the 15. He's going to have to come to pit road. Damage control going to be in effect for John McMillan Jr., one of your championship drivers too. He's on the outside looking in of this cutoff bubble. He needs a big night in a big way. Starting off on the wrong foot here tonight. Tough break early here for McMillan Jr. He's going to head to the rear for being involved in an incident here on track, so we're going to whip things back together. Front of the field, pretty much the same. Little bit of movement already early here tonight on that initial lap. Bailey Dutton able to pick up 3 positions. I think 1 or 2 of them may have come at the expense of the drivers that have had some trouble. Ray Lane has already been to pit road, fixed some damage on that 44 Ford Mustang. John McMillan Jr. now going to bring this Chevy Camaro down pit road. Allow the crew members to do a little tailoring, is what we'll call it. How about that? Tailor-made here in Dover. 4 out of your 5 previous race winners in the field here tonight. And it does indeed. It looks like we're missing Dave's seats on the roster here tonight. Seats, unfortunately. By missing tonight, barring any provisionals, we're not involved in the stats department too heavily. But coming into tonight's race, just sitting 2 points underneath that cutoff line, but out of start and a point made here tonight. It's going to be tough to see if Seats moves on into that round of 12 next week when we kick things off at Kansas Speedway. How about a way to kick off a round of championship playoffs then at Kansas? An amazing race. It's gonna be an amazing night, I can guarantee you that, and we're gonna see a lot of great racing action here over the course of these next 145 laps. Drivers are going to settle in a little bit. We're going to get back to green flag racing this time around. Boss man in the flag stand giving the one finger wave. Field going to go double file. So early trouble here tonight for 2 of our drivers in the field. McMillan Jr., Ray Lane, they're going to catch the tail end of the field. There you can see the 44 catching up to the back end. 15 just in front of them. They'll start tail end of the longest line. Inside lane back there, way back in 12th and 13th. Field getting ready to pull the belts tight and fire it off. Once again, we'll put it into the sim box. Caution for the first time here tonight from Dover Speedway. Pace car in. Get away. We go. Green flag flies once again here at Dover. You can see, I believe that was a 72 of Jerry Cochran Jr., the third, sorry, getting a little loose in that outside lane on the restart. We're going to see if that continues to be a common theme here tonight. If we have a handful of restarts continue here tonight. Single file action already. Looks like drivers just sliding in, trying to get a rhythm, trying to get a run developed here tonight. With an early caution, that's going to change the fuel strategy. That's going to change the game heavily. We've seen drivers really play fuel strategy. That's why it's already on our list with your first 7 to 8 laps being run under caution. This very well may move some of these drivers into that gray area of attempting a one-stop race here tonight. They got plenty of tires, 4 sets of tires down on pit wall, but will we see that long game? We seen one heck of a night of racing unfold at Iowa last night in Performance Motorsports Truck Series. Todd Gray with a much different strategy than the rest of the field. It did not pan out and pay off, but it did pay off for his teammate Bailey Dutton last night, coming away with the race win. So we'll see if Dutton's got some magic up his sleeve here tonight. Sitting in second for the moment, biggest mover of the race behind the wheel of that Harvey's. Number 26, Dutton sits in second. Lap number 10 on the board, and we'll drop that time in scoring back to the left-hand side. What do you say we go back to about Hoodie Sleeper up 2 positions from where he qualified, cracking into the top 5. Looking for a little bit more here. You can see Fernandez and Hunt going at it. 6th and 7th on the racetrack. But a bit off pace in the back. Drivers with that damage seem to be a little bit off pace. Gary May as well as Kevin Bonklema, they're both playing a little safe here, giving a little bit of running room to drivers there around. They're going to fall back to about 4 and 7 seconds back. But at what point is playing it safe too much, too early? Still a long way to go here. Still turning out laps, sub 24 seconds. Todd Craig around at 23:38. Last time by. Ended up in 23:50. All the way back to John McMillan Jr. to see a driver back under that 23:50 mark. McMillan Jr. running at 23:46, so he's got that 15 fixed up. Looked like drivers did a good job, or crew did a good job on the left-hand side. We'll have to look at that rear bumper cover. And it looks to be fairly straight, so the cosmetic damage rectified early here tonight. That's going to vote well for McMillan Jr.'s chances to try to climb back through this field. Back across the stripe and into turns 1 and 2. McMillan Jr. going to stick it to the bottom. Looks for a little bit of a slide job. He'll clear through the center and head down the backstretch. Everybody continues to chase after your race leader, Todd Cray. Opening up a 6/10 of a second advantage now off of turn number 4. Back across the stripe goes Cray, lap number 16 on the board. A little look from the entry of turn 3. There you can see your race leaders heading by. Rest of the field comes climbing down the hill and into turn number 3. Back across the start-finish line goes your race leader. Still a hot and back for 5th, 6th, and 7th. We're going to continue to watch this one unfold. The 11th serve pro machine of Casey Duncan. He's up 1 position from where he qualified. Tight-knit group all the way to your 3rd place runner, Justin Game. And Gann looking to continue that solid run of 100%. Top 5, 100%. Top 10 performances so far this season. He is the only driver that can boast that accolade. No other driver in the field, in the series, in the league has been able to walk away with finishing inside of the top 10 100% of the starts that he's been a part of, or 100% of the top 5s. Justin Gann has just been absolute model of consistency throughout the season. He's got 3 race wins to go along with it. Gann definitely in championship form. We'll see if he can continue it over these next handful of weeks as we slowly begin to eyeball who will Texas two-step their way away from Texas Motor Speedway with a championship trophy. Just about 4 short weeks away. Mark it on your calendar. Going to be some great racing to finish out the rest of this season. Meanwhile, up front, not much to say about your pole sitter here tonight. The Coors Light 22 machine looks to be clean and clear, leading by about 10, 15 car lengths. We're in the mid lane through 1 and 2. Todd Cray looks very comfortable out front. Bailey Hutton looks to be a solid 2nd place runner for the moment. Wonder if that restart just isn't the difference at this point in time. But let's jump back to the battle. Let's keep it right here. 3rd, 4th, 5th on the racetrack. Cody Sleeper trying to, I don't want to say upset the hierarchy, but Sleeper, one of the drivers who hasn't really made a lot of splashes this season. 86% of the time he's finishing in the top 10, 43% of the time inside of your top 5. 3 top 5 finishes so far out of the 7 starts. So Sleeper definitely one of the drivers when he's at the track, he finds a way in the mix. And he is in the championship hunt. He comes into tonight's race just sitting 1 point above that bubble line. Coming into tonight's race sitting 11th in the championship, the standings 15 points back from Justin Gann in the point standings. And that just shows you how close the points really are. 15 points separates your championship points leader from a driver just barely inside the cutoff. It's been a close season. It's been a tight year. We'll continue to watch these two drivers with this tight little battle on the track. Just again, Jimmy Cochran the third to go at it, third and fourth for the time being. Cody Sleeper going to step back, let these two drivers battle it out, and see if he can't pick up some pieces in the meantime. Nick Hunt and John McMillan Jr. going to go at it for position, 6th and 7th on the racetrack. McMillan Jr. back down to the bottom. Once again, we've seen John make the moves down on the bottom of the racetrack. That looks to be the preferred lane for the Canada sponsor. Fleet Machine here is catfishing in 3 and 4 and right around. Move McMillan Jr. to 6th. Got some more action out on the track, but he said we jump back a little bit further. Let's go back here. Casey Duncan, that serve pro, number 11. A little bit of contact earlier here tonight. Catching a little clip of that left front corner of the 44 of Ray Lane. Casey Duncan, he seems to be okay, struggling a little bit with this long run pace right here. Last time around, going to run a 24.67, 2/10 slower than your race leader. Finds himself 7 seconds back. We'll see if Duncan can't reel in the guys in front of him. Look for a pass or position. But man, the action's at the front. Let's go back here once again. Let's go back to this battle for 3rd and 4th. These two guys going at it like no other man. It's really getting after it lap after lap. We're going to watch them head into turn 3 right here. And you see those two continuing this battle up at a 4. There goes your race leader, Bailey Dutton, closing in on Todd Craig. We're going to have to get to that battle, guys. Let's go back to the battle for the race lead. Bailey Dutton reeling in Todd Craig. We've seen it happen over the long run. Bailey Dutton just seems to have a little bit more of that long run pace. Not sure if he's just saving the tires or if he's going a little bit easier on the throttle. The lap times haven't been indicative of either of the two. So no real telltale sign of what Dutton's doing behind the wheel, but there it is. You can see that Hardy's number 26 to the bottom, looking for the race lead. No. Craig going to keep the momentum to the high side, back to the point once again. Still your official race leader at the front. Todd Craig going to bring that Coors Light machine back across the line. We'll get another lap here from Dover. Tight battle for 1st and 2nd. Tight battle 3rd and 4th. Battle between Gann and Cochran the 3rd, still raging on, just about 2 seconds back from this battle for your race lead. Bailey Dutton all over him, gonna look to the inside this time. Not gonna have the move he wants, entering one, gonna push the issue through the center. Can he make it work off the corner exit? No. Bite. For that 26, the momentum will reign supreme at the top. And back across the line of the Concrete Kings 150, lap number 35 goes on the board. These guys getting it after it, man. And we've got trouble. Looks like that may be the 85 of Kevin Blokema with some trouble here, running slow on the apron, looking to get back to pit lane. Tough break here tonight for the rookie. The 85 going to have a lot of issues. So as the battle's still there, and just as we say, it looks like the attempts to make the pass have kind of dissipated. Bailey Dutton going to try his hand one more time, closes in, but unable to get the job done. Back again. Let's go back to this battle. We got a 3-car battle beginning to brew. Just outside of your top 10, or just inside of your top 10, we should say. Nick Hunt, Cody Sleeper as well as Jason Branch, all nose to tail. Branch trying to make some headway through the field, trying to give his championship standings. Trying to give his championship standings a little shot in the arm, and we do apologize. We had to sneeze, so we didn't want to, hurt your ears by sneezing too closely to the mic. So we do apologize. And again, it's Dave, so you're gonna get it raw. You're gonna get it unfiltered, and just the way it is the way it is. Things starting to calm down here a little bit between the Hunt Sweeper and Branch. We're going to head back out front as Dutton not giving up the fight just yet, continuing to try to catfish his way around Cray at the top. It ain't working just yet. Dutton gonna have to figure something else out. And with a win here tonight, Todd Cray would pull even with his teammates in that win column. That would put all three teammates at 3 wins apiece. Cray, Dutton, and Gann would end up with 3 apiece. A little bit of bragging rights on the line here for Dutton. We know and we like the fierce in-team competition that goes on here with these Assassin Motorsports Performance drivers. They push each other to the limit week in, week out, and you can typically find them at the front of the field, holding things down out of 4. Once again, we'll cross the line this time around. Lap number 43 on the board. Drivers sideways as the tires begin to fade here at Dover. And there it is, pass for position. Bailey Dutton finally will persevere and make the pass for position. New race leader across the line for the first time here tonight in the Concrete King 150. Bailey Dutton going to put his Toyota Supra up front. Gap starting to develop through this field. Gonna have to jump all the way back after the battle between Gann and Cochran, as that has just raged on lap after lap for about the past 20 plus laps. Those two drivers have been going at it 3rd and 4th, but you gotta go all the way back around 9th and 10th out there on the racetrack. Let's take a look here. There you can see that 44 of Ray Lane recovering a little bit better now that we've got a longer green flag run. Lane has been able to get himself back inside of your top 10, as Fernandez is starting to struggle behind the wheel of that Bass Pro Shop Tracker Black Rifle Coffee Company number 3 machine. The Cuban Missile Rocket running a little short on rocket fuel here tonight. He's going to fall back behind this field all the way back now. 9.5, make it almost 10 seconds as the race leader get across the line this time around. Bailey Dutton looking to step away, and look how quickly Dutton was able to do away with Todd Cray. Again, is it a fuel mileage thing? Is it a tire thing? Bailey Dutton just seems to have a knack, a talent for being able to get a little more out of the tires, a little more out of the car during the long green flag runs. We've been back green flag racing for more than 40 laps here now. So definitely in that long green flag run territory. Green flag pit stops underway. Roy Fernandez gonna bring his number 3 machine down pit road. Well, one of these drivers at the front who looks like Todd Cray going to visit pit lane. Todd Cray early exit onto pit road. He gives up a little time coming to pit lane. Wonder if it was a little too conservative as Cody Sleeper, Jason Branch will join him on pit road this time around. Bailey Dutton going to remain out on the racetrack 1.1. Back to Gann, who picks up second. Jerry Cochran to third, moves to third, and Dutton to pit lane. Gann going to stay out on the racetrack, become our newest race leader here tonight in the Concrete King 150. Justin Gann to the point. McMillan Jr. going to pick up second as Nick Hunt going to move that John Deere double O machine into third. Ray Lane now fourth. Gary May back in fifth. Ooh, close right there for, oh my God, did you, man, boy, that was close. Whew. McMillan Jr. going to be officially accredited with leading a lap here time as Justin Gann going to give up the race lead to head to pit road. McMillan Jr., Nick Hunt, and Gary May remain on track. McMillan and Hunt to pit road. What will the 5 of Gary May do? Looks like he's going to stay out on the racetrack, looking to try his hand. Possibly get a late run caution. We'll see if it works out for the 5. And how long will Gary stay out there on the racetrack? How long will he keep the 5 out there? He's going to keep it out at least one more lap here, back across the stripe. This time by, we'll head back through 1 and 2. Once again, your race leader behind the wheel of that 5, Camaro. Gary May going to hold the top spot for the time being. Still yet to hit pit lane. And a big gap to play with. He's got this entire field 1 lap down. Why not play with it? Why not work with the gap? Right? You got it. You might as well utilize it. Maybe think about it when Todd Cray or Bailey doesn't slowly start to reel you back in and put themselves back onto the lead lap. We'll see how this strategy pans out, how it plays out through the rest of tonight's race. But right now, Gary May looks like he may have a pretty interesting strategy. We'll see if he's got the speed to pull it off. Cray, Dutton, Cochran the third, Gann, Duncan, everybody going to work their way around on the front stretch, get themselves back onto the lead lap. So let's go back to what will be your eventual race leader out front. Once again, your Performance Motorsports Pole Award winner behind the wheel of that Coors Light 22, Todd Cray will reclaim the top spot. I tell you what, we haven't been upstairs in a little while. Let's go up to the drone cam here tonight from Dover International Speedway. Miles the Monster, he's been quiet. Hasn't really claimed too many victims here tonight. Kevin Blokema with a little bit of problems, but he has not been auctioned off to Miles just yet. There you can see Gary May falling off at the lead lap. This is where this long run strategy can come back to bite you. Now being shown as the first and only driver 1 lap down. Can Gary May get his way back on the lead lap the good old-fashioned way? We're going to head back trackside. Let's take it away from the turn 3 drone cam. Let's go back to the battle right here between Justin Gann and Jerry Cochran the third. Who would have thought it, right? Roles reverse this time around. Gann gonna have to try to find a way around the 72. See how bad he wants it. Looking to the inside once again. Supra versus Supra, and there it is. Slide job with a look at a crossover. Not gonna work out, and Justin Gann will take the position. We are a third of the way through tonight's race here at the Concrete Monster Mile Dover International Speedway, hosting Chase race number 2, the final race in the first round of the playoffs here for the Ayers Eye Racing Paints Xfinity Series, brought to you by Swift MotorSports in partnership with Butt Kicker as well as Performance Motorsports. Big shout out to all of our series sponsors, not just here tonight in this Xfinity Series, but each and every Monday night with the Performance Motorsports Truck Series as well. I promise I can spit it out. Sometimes I just fumble my tongue, and it doesn't work when I'm talking. Sometimes my brain goes a little quicker than my mouth will, believe it or not. You know, a lot of people say I can sound like an auctioneer at times, but sometimes the brain still just works a little faster than what the tongue will. But we work our way through it. If you've been a friend, fan, and family member that's been around for a while, you know how it is. You know I have my moments, and we're just going to move on from that. Justin Gann looking to move on from JC3, but Jerry Cochran III says, you ain't getting away from me, buddy. I'm going to keep you right here, right in tow, right where I want you. An interesting thing here for Gary May. He's got fresher tires, but unable to make a pass for position right now. Just kind of lingering right there as far as track-wise, sitting in a fifth slot. He is listed a lap down in 12th. But without being able to make the moves here on these fresher tires, I wonder if this is going to put his long-run strategy play a little bit of an awkward window. Ten laps away from the halfway point, out front. King of the road for the moment, Todd Crane looking to pick up win number 3 here tonight. Add to the list of stats. 8 top 5 so far this season for Todd Crane, looking to make it a 9th here tonight. Pick up that win number 3, as we've already alluded to, in a much different season this year for Crane than what we seen last time. If you remember, race fans, last season at this point in time, we were talking about Todd Crane fighting for his championship life. Just didn't seem to have what he needed when he needed. It was a bit of an awkward offseason for that 22. Looks like whatever was done in the offseason has corrected the focus and has corrected the drive. Because Crane, he be on it. He be on it. And we got trouble on the track. Roy Fernandez slow and stopped on the backstretch. Looks like a little trouble gonna strike Fernandez. Let's see if we can go back, get a little look, and see what brought out our second sim box caution of the night. Let's go check the replay. You see Fernandez at the top of the racetrack and venture down just a little bit and right across the nose of that 44 of lane. No fault really to the lane down there on that inside. Let's take one more look at it here. You see a little meeting in the middle there. Both drivers going to move a little bit. Unfortunate circumstances there for that Black Rifle Coffee Company Bass Pro Shops number 3. He will wear the brunt of the blow. Fernandez going to fall off the lead lap as well as we head back out front with your race leader. We were to pit road just 20 laps ago. Will we see drivers head down pit lane, or will they gamble and stay out? Looks like a little game's played at the front, but the majority of the field will be heading down pit road. Double O of Nick Hunt looks like he may be staying out. There it is. Yes, Nick Hunt gonna roll the dice, and he's gonna keep that John Deere machine out on the racetrack. We're gonna take this opportunity to take a quick commercial break, pay a few of the sponsor bills. We'll be right back here. Live from Dover International Speedway. Don't go anywhere, race fans. You're watching the Concrete King 150 with the Ayers iRacing Paints Xfinity Series. Back live, trackside as promised. Field still under caution here tonight for the second time. And Dover International Speedway, let's catch up with your race leaders. As we head back to the front stretch behind the pace car, we'll see the one finger away from the boss man in the flag stand as drivers get set to refire things once again here tonight in the Concrete King 150. Nick Hunt going to take the high side for the restart. He is the only driver in the field that elected to stay out under our latest caution. 18 lap difference on the tires. A big strategy play now in hand. Gary May was able to get himself back on the lead lap, but did not come get fresh tires. Interesting little look there for May as he did not come get tires, did not top off with fuel. I don't know. If I'm the lucky dog, I'm coming, I'm getting the tires, I'm coming to get the fuel, and I'm going to match what the race leaders have. That's just me. That's just what I'm saying. We're going to see how it all fares. Out of 4, once again to the restart zone on the gas end. Green flag flies once again. Here from Dover International Speedway out to a good jump. Nick Hunt going to set sail for a moment, but watch for these fresh tires to really eat up the front of the field. Jason Brett dropping like a rock right now. Dropping like he threw the anchor out. That Navy accelerator light 28 sponsored Ford. Whoa, in big trouble. Justin Gann down the track and into Bailey Dutton. Big loose moment there for Gann. And if it wasn't for that 26, if it wasn't for the Hardy's machine, Gann would have won around. Now it's going to be a talk between teammates. I can guarantee you that. No issues at the front. Todd Craig going to reclaim the race lead. Bailey Dutton going to claim second now as Nick Hunt going to fall back to third. When will the bleeding stop? Because here comes Jerry Cochran to third as well as John Miller Jr. 5 laps after the restart, and we're going to drop that time. It's going back to the left-hand side of your screen. There you can see JC3 now looking to the inside of Nick Hunt, who's going to be stuck on the high side. 15 looking to follow his way through the open door. McMillan Jr. says thank you very much. Down to the bottom of the racetrack, and will pick up the position just again. Looking to recover one of the many spots he lost after a big moment on the restart. Got the nose land super just to the inside of the Canadian sponsored number 15 machine. Tight little battle attitude. Man, things heating up here. Getting loose again on the exit of turn number 4. That seems to be a problem corner for that 30. 2 times now we've seen the back end snap out on Justin Gann. And wonder what excuse us, this concrete surface is doing. I gotta take a look, guys. Can we get the weather up there? Can we take a little look at the weather report? There we can see 87 degrees, so the concrete surface has cooled down. What you would typically think would help with grip seems to be a little bit of an anomaly here tonight. It looks like the grip is fading for these drivers as they continue to pump out fast laps over and over, laying down a lot of Goodyear rubber on this track. Things getting heated now. A little bit of contact here between McMillan Jr. and that 72 Racing Jet photography machine of Jerry Cochran III. He's going to have a little look to the inside. The 15 man on a mission, and he's going to claim a podium spot for the first time. Scratch that, McMillan Jr. did lead a handful of laps during a green flag pit cycle, so we won't say into the podium for the first time here tonight, but solidly making that pass for position under green flag. Regular racing conditions. Is that a thing? Is that a thing, guys? Regular racing conditions? Can I make that one up there? No? Okay. Trying to see if I can coin a phrase. You know how that thing goes, right? Coin a phrase, get that thing copyrighted or what have you, and get paid when somebody says it. I mean, why not, right? Angles. You gotta work the angles. Just saying. Meanwhile, out front, Todd Gray unable to really step away from Bailey Dutton for the moment. John McMillan Jr. going to stay right there, sitting in third. 1, 2, 3 on the racetrack. And toss a blanket over him, all within 1 second of each other. All the way back through fifth with Justin Gann. There you can see Gann holding on to the rear end of that 72 machine. So we're going to take a little look off of the tail end of the 72. There's a little look at the man putting in work behind the wheel of that Performance Motorsports twin-wheel super. Justin Gann looking to get the 30 back inside of a podium position. See if he's going to be able to do so as we jump back now. Ray Lane. The Sim Magic number 44 machine taking a little look back at the 5 of Gary May. May looking to work his way back into a top 5 position off of the tail end of the Coors Light 22. A little look at drivers inside of the top 5. Bailey Dutton flirting with that outside wall. Justin Gann may have caught a little piece. So a little look around the track with a handful of your drivers here tonight. We're going to continue green flag action off of turn number 2, back down the back stretch, and once again, everybody chasing after your race leader, Todd Gray. Battle beginning to brew between McMillan Jr. and Bailey Dutton. We haven't seen Bailey Dutton having to deal with any other drivers here tonight besides Todd Gray, but the clean air on that 15 up here running at the front of the field. But really doing McMillan Jr. some justice after being involved in an early incident here tonight. This is what racing is all about. Headed down pit road, gave his crew members an opportunity to fix the rear. They may have to touch up a little bit of the right side now. Little scrapes down the right side. The 15 gonna have a small setback, but still within striking distance. Still looking for more water. That second spot, Bailey doesn't get to run that mid-lane. Catfish Billy on the bottom, but not going to pan out for McMillan Jr. As we begin to close in on that 100 lap mark, we want to keep our eye on a handful of drivers. Keep in mind Nick Hunt and Gary May, both of those drivers did not pit under our caution right around lap number 70. So they will still need to hit pit road right around that lap 100, 105 mark. Rest of this field, they're going to be able to carry this thing out somewhere around lap 110, lap 115. We'll see if anybody decides to switch the strategy and run it backwards. Drivers have been able to go 55 laps on a tank of fuel, so do you start to eyeball pit road here in the next 5 to 10 laps? I mean, do you still come down pit road when you see when you see Gary May or Nick Hunt head down pit road? Is that your signal to head to pit road? We're going to watch what these race leaders do as Todd Cray enjoys this battle for second, third, and fourth. It's allowed him to step out to a 1.3 second advantage, just what he needs here. And he's closing few laps. These final 55, 56 laps, they're going to go in a hurry here tonight from Dover International Speedway. What a race here tonight for the Concrete Kings. 150 brought to you by the Ayers iRacing Paints Xfinity Series. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation week in, week out, bringing you some amazing battles across many different tracks in the country. These Xfinity Series drivers, I've said it before, and I'll beat the dead horse. I don't care, Peter, you can come knock on my door. I'll beat the dead horse because these guys, top-notch, best in the business. I will take their best up against anybody else's best any day of the week, and I guarantee you, these boys put it on. Just saying. So if you haven't already and you've joined us here tonight, go ahead and show these drivers some love and appreciation before you go here tonight. Be sure to show these drivers some love and be sure to drop these guys that thumbs up. Don't forget about clicking subscribe and smashing the bell over there on the right hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Get your adrenaline fix each and every night right here with the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the Ayers iRacing Paints Xfinity Series. What looked like a good run for a moment, John McMillan Jr. now fading back to that fourth position. What has happened to Justin Gann? He has fallen off of a cliff again. Gonna drop all the way down, almost 2 seconds back behind. This 15 machine, almost 2 seconds outside of a podium position. Barely hanging on to the final stop in the top 5. Final spot in the top 5. You can see Gan just off in the distance there. And it's like a switch. Gan was inside of your podium positions for the majority of tonight's race at the beginning, the first half of tonight's race. It's like light switch. Drop from that second to third, fourth, and now back to fifth, struggling. Last week's race winner, Justin Gan, he's going to need some help. He's going to need some strategy. And I don't think there's very much of a window out there to pull any strategy. Big tip of the cap. Mr. Buth checking in on us. What do you mean, wow, Dave in the cave? I'm always here, bro. Always. And there it is, green flag pit stops underway. Hunt, May, Branch, Sleeper, all to pit road this time around. Roy Fernandez is going to be one of our first and only retirements here tonight. It looks like that damage was just a little bit too much. And the Cuban missile rocket going to fizzle out before it makes it across the bay. Fernandez going to have to look forward to getting something done in Kansas as round number 2 of the playoffs begin next week. Always in the cave, always, bro. You can find me in the cave or at work, the other cave, the temporary cave. Be like that. Meanwhile, out front, big advantage for Todd Craig. Tight little battle here between Dutton and Jerry Cochran III. We're going to go back to this one. McMillan Jr. fading just a little bit here. Still within striking distance again. Green flag pit stops underway. That window has opened up. So how much time do you give some of these guys that made those early stops? I don't think the front of the field, I don't think they're going to be too overly concerned with that 5 of Gary May or with that 00 of Nick Hunt, who has seemed to have some trouble. The hood has went up. Looks like they're going to shake their heads, close the hood, and Nick Hunt going to make his way back out onto the racetrack, but a long pit stop going to force Hunt multiple laps down here. And now with this extended green flag run, we're starting to see multiple drivers fall off of the lead lap. Gary May going to be listed 2 laps down, running in that 8th position. He's already made his final stop. These guys in the front, your top 6, top 7, still have to hit pit road for the final time. We'll see if anybody gets popped by the pit road police. Pretty clean race so far. We'll see if the end starts off the way the beginning did here tonight. Will we see any more of those pesky caution flags fly, or will 2 be the body count here tonight from Denver? Miles getting a little bit hungry, hasn't had his lunch just yet, but looks like most of these drivers say not today. Ray Lane gonna bring that 44 Sim Magic Ford Mustang to pit road. Going to leave your top 6 out on the racetrack. Then you can see once again Todd Craig stepping out in a way down into turn number 3. Looks like he's going to continue out and across the line. Not yet, heading to pit lane. Race leader going to charge back across the line. Number 112 goes on the board. There you can see the spread on that top 5. The distance that Justin Gan has given up, it's quite a bit. At least a straightaway disadvantage now as Todd Craig going to continue out on the racetrack. There you can see Nick Hunt looking to get himself at least one of his multiple laps back. Gonna do it with a fair amount of ease with those much fresher tires. Will your race leader start to eyeball pit road just yet? It's been a while since we've seen a pole sitter walk away with a race win. We're gonna double check this to make sure we're not giving you any fake news here, but I believe we're gonna have to go all the way back about 4 to 5 weeks ago. We're gonna have to go all the way back to the race at Charlotte Motor Speedway to find out when Bailey Dutton got the job done. When Dutton went from pole position to victory lane, we'll see if Todd Cray can be the newest driver to pull that feat off. As Craig McMillan Jr. again to pit road, that's going to leave Dutton and Cochran the third out on the racetrack, but not for long. They're going to call it and head down pit lane. This time, close quarters, getting onto pit lane. Man, these guys racing on pit road, off pit road, up to speed. It's getting a little bit dicey. Bump drafting at 40 miles an hour. You never thought you'd see that, huh? Justin Gann gonna stay up to the high side of the racetrack, looking to gain a little bit of time here by hitting pit road one lap sooner, but I'm not sure it's gonna translate into that much time gain. There you can see already McMillan Jr. back up to speed, heading through 3 and 4. Todd Cray way out front, 1.7 second advantage over McMillan Jr., but that's the battle. Let's see if Todd Cray can leapfrog these guys. There it is. And he's gonna extend the race lead. He's gonna compact on the advantage at the front. Biggest race lead of the night so far here tonight, knocking on the door of a 2-second advantage. Todd Cray all but smooth sailing from here as lap 117 goes on the board. We're going to jump back a little bit further once again. Let's go back to the battle between, well, who else, right? Jerry Cochran III and Justin Gann. These two just can't get away from each other. You know what? We're done with that battle. Let's go to this one. May and Ray Lane gonna fight it out for 6th and 7th. Lane to the bottom of the racetrack. And what a turnaround for his night as well, right? Involved in that first incident in tonight's race, way back on lap number 2. Had the front foot ripped off. They were able to piece it back together. Got some great barrel bond work. And that 44 hyperdrive Sim-Magic machine looking good late in the going. I think there's still, I don't think there's enough race in front of Lane to make a significant change in his running position or in his finishing spot. But definitely one of the faster drivers. We're looking at the timing and scoring charts right there in and on par with your top 2 drivers on the track. So Lane definitely has the speed. He's shown the perseverance. Will he be able to pick up the position? So as the battles slowly begin to dissipate, we're going to jump around, trying to bring you some of the action out there tonight, remaining in the Concrete King 150. We hear from Dover International Speedway, Bailey Dutton struggling behind that 15 machine to get seen flirting with that outside wall on the exit of turn number 4. Interesting enough, we're watching the distance, that advantage dissipate rather quickly for Todd Cray, running up on lap traffic, working his way by. I believe that's going to be the double of Nick Hunt. Gave up a little bit of time. We'll see how McMillan Jr. is able to navigate the lap traffic. Bailey Dutton right there in tow, a long way back to the 72 Grayson J. for time feed machine of Jerry Cochran III, while Justin Gann rounds out your top 5. Gonna jump back to an unfolding battle here on the racetrack. Casey Duncan looking for position. Little bit of contact there for the Cert Pro number 11. Duncan gonna tap the rear bumper of that 5 of Gary May. And let's talk, in these final 25 laps, let's talk some of that championship cutoff, right? Let's talk about the drivers that are on the outside, looking in, needing a good race here tonight. And we're gonna cue right in on this man right here. John McMillan Jr., not necessarily in a must-win situation, but he is in a very tough situation, needing to pick up about 41 points here tonight to move on. Will second be enough? With some of the drivers down in the field here tonight, there's still a lineup in the air. We're not going to be able to make that official announcement here tonight, so we do apologize about that, but unless he can walk away with a victory, I think that's the only surefire way that McMillan Jr. will be included in that championship 12 next week at Kansas. So does he have what it takes to get it done here in the closing 21 laps? Can he reel in Todd Cray, walk away with the walk-off winning run here tonight for Dover? Can he get it? Can he produce the magic? We'll see if McMillan Jr. can work his way into victory lane. Let's go back to a battle once again. You can see Gary May. He's going to be involved in yet another battle. Jason Branch slowly beginning to reel him in, but there's race leader Todd Cray to the inside. Cray going to put Branch one lap down. On rails right now, front of this field, Todd Cray going to continue to put drivers laps down here tonight. Gary May, as well as Jason Branch, they're both going to fall victims to your race leader, John McMillan Jr. He's going to have to find some speed. He's got to make up some ground. 1.5 back, with Bailey Dutton all over him. And Dutton's been that driver. He's been that guy tonight in the field. He's been the guy that you've had to watch out on these long green flag runs, and here we go with a long green flag run. The end of tonight's race. Will he be able to do it? Will he be able to reclaim that second spot? We're going to watch to see if it happens. But for the moment, 2 Chevys show the way here at Dover with 17 to go with the Concrete King 150. You're watching the Airzine Racing Paints Xfinity Series. This is your only battle on the racetrack, so we're going to stay right here with the fight for the final 2 positions on your podium here tonight. Second and third going at it. McMillan Jr. holding down that second spot. Meanwhile, Bailey Dutton looking to get back to second. He's had the race lead, looking for a little bit more, looking to get back into that second position, up 3 spots from where he qualified. So Dutton has been in the right positions all night long, but with 13 miles of racing remaining in front of these drivers. Will he have enough? Into the outside wall off of 4, and Bailey Dutton's gonna follow McMillan Jr. into it. What an amazing night of racing action here from Dover International Speedway. We are down to the final 10 laps of racing. The final 10 laps to decide your final top 12, moving on with a chance to continue after their championship dreams here in season number 6. We already know Todd Cray was moving on. Justin Gann moving on. JC3, Bailey Dutton, Roy Fernandez, all moving on. At this point, inside of your top 3, it's only John McMillan Jr. that's got to get it done. He's got to find a way. But with a 2-second deficit, 8 laps to go, man, you're asking a lot. 7 laps to go as Todd Cray get across the line. Race leader's going to manage to keep it out of the outside wall this time. A lot of them pushing the issues, trying to get the most out of the car as of late, have made contact with that outside wall. Man, talking about, again, that flip of a switch, something has happened to Justin Gann's car. He is just not on pace. Just a tough end to tonight's race for that number 30 machine. There you can see the pass for third. And JC3 going to take the final spot on the podium, but only for the moment. Here comes Dutton back to the bumper. High five for your race leader. We're going to see 5 to go this time around. 5 miles remain in the Concrete King 150. Dutton unable to close in, losing a little ground this time around. We'll see 4 to go this time by. Already into 3 is race leader Bailey Dutton, now fading half a second back. I think your podium is gonna be locked in, and we'll see the 3 to go this time by. Todd Cray out front. Let's give this man credit where credit is due. Looking for his 3rd win of the season, coming into a tough concrete jungle, and he will love to put the crown on his head and walk away king of the concrete here tonight from Dover, as we see popsicle sticks on display. Only 2 miles remain out front of your race leader, who's already down the backstretch. Once again, we're going to head to 3. And Todd Cray looking to seal the deal. At a 4, we'll cross the line. We'll see the white flag fly with the final lap. It's the Swift 1 to go here in the Concrete King 150 for the Airs High Racing Paints Xfinity Series. Out of 2 down the backstretch and into 3 for the final time. Todd Gray will walk away with yet another race-winning performance. He's going to lead the most laps here tonight as well. Job well done as McMillan Jr. going to finish in second. Jerry Cochran rounds out your top three. Dutton and Gann out your top five. What a run, what a finish, what a race. Todd Craig going to walk away with yet another race-winning performance. He's going to enjoy a cool-down lap and a little bit of post-race celebrations. On your front stretch, for all the fans in the stand, you can see a few of them beginning to trickle down to try to get themselves a little closer to the smoke show here tonight. And there it goes. Todd Craig celebrates away on the front stretch. That's going to do it for us. We're going to get things set up and ready to go for your post-race show. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And as promised, back trackside for your post-race show here high above the track at Dover International Speedway. What a race, what a night, what a way to cap off tonight's Concrete King 150 here from Dover. And we're going to dive right into things. Let's see if we can have a few words with the man behind the wheel of that 72 machine. Going to walk away third here tonight, pick up 2 positions on his way to the checkered flag here tonight. Jerry, it's Dave. You got us?
I got you, Dave.
Well, man, a little bit of deja vu going on here tonight, man. I thought we talked to you last night, and looks like we're going to talk to you again. So, both of your championship runs going well for you. How you feeling about knowing that you're going to move on into the next round here in the Xfinity Series as well?
Feels good. Just we keep getting these top threes, and hopefully one of the two in front of us will slip up somewhere in these next couple of races and give us that opportunity. Hopefully the last race.
Well, the last race, that's where it all matters, but you gotta be there. You gotta
Yeah.
put yourself in position to be there when the time matters. And really, so far this year, Jerry, I mean, this is gonna be your seventh top five, your eighth top 10. You've got two wins in your back pocket as well. So it's all there. We know you got the speed. We know you got the talent. Over these final few weeks, we're gonna head to Kansas, Phoenix, and Texas for your championship race. Does Phoenix or Kansas give you any reasons to worry?
Uh, Not Kansas. I like Kansas. I think I'll perform pretty well at Kansas. Phoenix, I thought I was decent at Phoenix, but it's been a little while since I've been there, and the last couple of times I were there, I struggled a little bit. I'm gonna be honest. So I need to I need to put some time in at Phoenix, and then if we make it to Texas, I feel decent about Texas. It's not one of my best tracks, but definitely, like I said, one race at a time. We'll get there to Kansas and worry about Kansas, and hopefully we can put ourselves in a good spot to be there for Texas.
We'll put it on them next week at Kansas, and then you might not have to worry about Phoenix so much, but we'll kind of let that unfold the way it does. We know you're going to unload fast. We know you're going to be one of the drivers to deal with before the end of the night. Next week at Kansas, but it's all about tonight, man. Another great finish for you and that 72 crew. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yes, sir. Of course, Grayson J Photography, Obsidian Activewear, Velocita, everybody at Performance Motorsports, Assassin, everybody at Swift, everybody behind the scenes, Don, Andy, Justin, everybody that makes this happen every week. Turn 3, yourself, Dave, everything you do, cousin Jess, and yeah, that's all we got.
Well, man, we made it 2 nights in a row. Let's see if we can make it 3 visits when we get back to the trunks. And I believe it's going to be Nashville that we're going to see the Truck Series in next Monday night. So we'll see if we can talk to you again at the end of that night. But until then, as
Yeah.
always, stay safe, keep it fast.
Thank you, Dave. We'll see you next week, brother.
All right, there you go. Little deja vu. Walking away third last night. Walking away third tonight. Jerry Cochran, the third, will secure his spot in the championship 12, and that's going to move us right along the list now in your post-race show. Let's see if we can dial up and have a few words with a man that's been missing in action a little bit as of late, but re-emerging on the scene and back at the front where he typically shows up. John, it's Dave. You got a copy?
I got you, Dave.
Well, man, it's been a little while since we've seen you, man. Everything all right? Everything going okay? You doing all right?
Yeah, everything's going great. I'm glad I'm able to race here again. It's all's been good.
Well, man, we've missed you. What a way to start things back off with you rejoining uh, the run here tonight. Early here, involved in a little bit of a, I don't want to call it carnage because it looked like you didn't have too much sustained damage. How about the job for the pit crew being able to get that the rear bumper cover fixed and keep the speed in the car for you to drive through the field? Man, how good's it got to feel to be able to know that you can come back from such a deficit or disadvantage early?
Yeah, it was good. I was like you said, I was able to get everything fixed there. The crew definitely got it all fixed, and I was able to just take my time and work my way through the field. And the long green flag runs were good. I felt like I was pretty quick on the long run, and that helped with things. And then that caution really helped too. It helped tighten up the front pack there, which gave me a better chance at finishing where I got.
Well, you utilize the opportunity laid out in front of here for you tonight to walk away with second. It's going to be pretty close when it comes to the points, so we're not going to jump the gun and say you're in or you're out. It's going to be pretty close. But what can we expect from you and this 15 crew over these final 3 weeks of racing?
Yeah, whether I'm in for points or not, I'm gonna try and be out here every night, and I want to be on the podium at minimum. And if I can win a race, I want to be there and give my best shot to win it.
Well, man, we hope to see you back on the podium. We hope to see you back in victory lane before this season's in, but you know how we do things here, so we're going to step back. And before we let you go, the mic is yours.
Yeah, I'd just like to give a big thank you to all of the guys here at Swift Motorsports. They do a great job with Don and Justin as the admin and all those guys. They do a great job. All the racers here are also really great to race with. Everybody's kind and gives you lots of space most of the time. And when the racing's good, it's really good. And I'd like to thank you as well, Dave. You do great broadcasting.
Well, John, I know I appreciate the kind words. We appreciate you coming back out here and putting on quite a show, a drive up through the field. We hope to see you back on track again. We hope to get a chance to talk to you over these final next 3 weeks. But until then, my friends, stay safe. And as always, keep it fast.
Thanks, Dave. See ya.
All right, there you go. John McMillan Jr. Happy to be back. Happy to walk away with a podium. I can guarantee you that makes him feel a little bit better after the action early here tonight. All the track set him back a little bit. He'll turn his night around and walk away the second here tonight at the Concrete King 150. And speaking of Concrete Kings, we're going to go back into victory lane for the man of the moment, the man of the hour, walking away with win number 3 this season. Todd, man, back in victory lane. How good's it feel?
Hey, Dave, feels good tonight, buddy. I consider Dover pretty much one of my home tracks, and yeah, came in, just got a good feel for it, and had a great qualifying run, and then race just kind of went our way. Ran a little low on gas there on that first run, which was going to be a little bit of trouble, so got fortunate with a caution there, which kind of reset everything and got me on, the same race as everybody else, because we know how that usually goes for Todd.
Watch last night, fans, for those that don't know. Sorry. Don't hate me, Todd. I love you, bro. I love you. But,
I know. Last night was a fun race. Bailey had us covered. He's super fast, man. And Todd doesn't race for second. So last night we made that stop there and was looking for a caution. Wasn't to be, but that's how we race. I'm not racing for second. So whatever I can do to try to get that first place, we'll do it. So, but yeah, everything just rolled our way tonight. Just had a great feel for the car. Learned a little bit out there. Bailey was running the high line. I think John was running the low line. He was doing some damage, so I was mixing it up pretty good.
Well, man, you mentioned not coming to the track and running for second. You came into tonight's race all but assured to move on to the next round of the playoffs, but it does pull you even now in that winner column with your teammates. You're now all sitting at 3 apiece, so is there bragging rights at stake with these final 3 weeks of racing action, or is it more about the big trophy at the end for you and this 22 crew?
That's a good question, Dave. We're always having
You
fun
can't
in the
say
room.
both. You can't say both. That's
you can't say
illegal.
both.
It's
I'm going for the
illegal.
championship. We want the championship. The wins are fun, but at the end of the day, like I said, I always poke fun at my buddy Justin there. I pretty much have a Swift plaque in almost every one of my rooms at the house here. So pretty proud of that, and definitely going to lean towards the championship.
Well, Todd, we hope to see you do it. Always a pleasure to catch up with you in victory lane. I know cousin Jess out there is going to be satisfied with this performance. Might have been in your ear a little bit about last night and the fuel strategy, but hopefully this win will trumplicate any previous ones. But nonetheless, man.
Honestly, I didn't know we were live last night. If we were live, I probably wouldn't have made that shot. But it is what it is. But yeah, Team Jess, and let's not forget Trixie. She's one of the best dogs out there. So for all her support, and of course Assassin Motorsports here, Bailey, Jerry, John. Oh yeah, my good buddy Justin tonight. I'd like to shout out to him for tagging the wall and bringing up the rear tonight. Good showing for him. I mean, somebody has to be the caboose. Why not Gan? So Don, Andy for putting on the Swift Motorsports, Turn 3 Racing Network. Dave, you're the best, buddy. Again, Team Jess, and let's roll.
Well, man, we'd love to hear when you guys give each other a little bit of flack. It makes things interesting. Todd,
Yeah,
congratulations.
we go
on
at
the
it
win.
hard, and you know what? It makes us all better. It makes us all better. I mean, really, to have a team like we have is really cool because we're racing as hard as we can to beat each other, but we're all on the same side. Anytime we end up somewhere, I mean, it's like a family operation here. So, but we are literally making each other better. I mean, Bailey. I mean, anybody here can win on any given night. So it's making me a better driver. I'm making a lot of friends and having a lot of fun. So that's awesome.
All right, well, Todd, I hope you enjoyed this race win. We still got 3 more weeks ahead of us. We'll see how you go. But until next time, my man, stay safe. And as always, keep it fast.
Right on, Dave. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. A little shot in the dark at his teammate that had a little jab for him last night. So what's good for the goose, good for the gander. Todd Craig going to walk away with his 3rd checkered flag of the season, pull even with his teammates in that winners column. So there's a lot on the line coming down the pipeline in these final 3 weeks of racing action. But what a night, what a race here tonight from Dover International Speedway. As Todd Craig going to pick up win number 3 this season. Again, just an amazing night of racing action here tonight from Dover. And as you can already hear producers hitting those buttons in the background, the familiar sounds, you know, it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results in the Concrete King 150, walking away with the checkered flag in hand once again behind the wheel of that Coors Light 22 machine from the front. He'll finish there, Todd Craig in victory lane. John McMillan Jr. going to overcome some early trouble, slot home in second, with Jerry Cochran the third, finishing out your podium drivers. Bailey Dutton going to fall back to fourth, with Justin Gann sliding home in fifth. Ray Lane going to sit in sixth, with Casey Duncan picking up seventh here tonight. Jason Branch behind the wheel of the Navy number 28 machine finishes eighth. Gary May back in ninth, followed by Cody Sleeper in 10th. Nick Hunt, Roy Fernandez, and Kevin Blokema will finish out the 13-car field. Big tip of the cap to race control and admin officials just down the hall, Andy and Todd. Todd, we got ourselves a pizza and keg party to get to at the end of this season. It's just around the corner, guys. Big thank you for all you do down the hall. Well, man, what a race, what a night it was. What a way to cap off first round of championship racing here with the Swift MotorSports Airs iRacing Paints Xfinity Series. We got 3 more weeks of action coming at you before we crown a champion. Round number 2 going to kick off at Kansas, followed by Phoenix, then down to Texas to see who's the big boy of them all in the Xfinity Series. We're going to get ready to cut off the lights and roll up the cords. But before we go, if you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Join us in that push to 4,000. Drop the drivers the thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.